The truck driver training program is taught on the Davie campus located in Mocksville. So it's not actually taught here on the campus in Lexington. It's taught on the Davie campus in Mocksville. A lot of students do ask that question. And that's probably about 25 minutes south, I guess, from here, southwest from here. So it's not very far. We do have a lot of students that ask that, though. The truck driver training program is offered 5 times a year. Each class is 8 weeks long. The hours are Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Depending on when you register, those hours could change. For example, the May class, the class actually will be 8 to 5 on Monday through Thursday. And on Friday, it will be 8 to 11. And then the rest of the day on Friday will be done hybrid. So you'll be doing some of the work online. So you will have to sign up for Storm Track and all of that. Just a little bit of statistics on truck driving. The labor statistics projects that the number of trucking jobs will increase by over 98,000 jobs from 2014 to 2024. And if you watch the news or any kind of social media, anything like that, you will see lots of advertising, commercials, and different things showing you that trucking is very needed, especially now. It was extremely important during the coronavirus shutdown, the pandemic. Truckers was the mainstay in what helped us get through a lot of those times with supply shortages and things like that. A 2014 study stated that there was a driver shortage of 38,000, was expected to increase to 48,000. First-year drivers can realistically expect to make as much as $40,000 to $50,000 a year. Obviously, that's going to go up the longer that you drive. A driver with 2 or more years experience can make as much as $60,000 to $70,000 a year. Working as a long-haul truck driver is a major lifestyle change because a driver can be away from home for days or weeks at a time. And I typically tell students that you need to evaluate your lifestyle, evaluate, if you have children, and see if this is something that you want to do to be away from your kids. Obviously, if you're doing over the road, you're going to be gone possibly weeks rather than days. So you need to know, do you have a sitter in place? Is this something that you want to do to be gone that long away from your family? Just different things like that. Have you arranged daycare? I always try to just be honest and upfront with the students and let them know that it is a lifestyle change and one that you really do need to consider before going through with it. It's great opportunities for women drivers, team drivers, which can increase your income. It's really good for spouses because you double the income. Both of you are in the truck. Women drivers, I have seen a huge increase. This particular class that I'm working on for May, I have a class starting May 24th, and I have had a huge increase in interest for women drivers. We typically have 2 to 3 per class, and the rest would be, men. But this class, we have a lot of ladies that are interested in driving. The class will hold 24, and it ranges depending on the time of year as to whether or not we have the full 24. This is a picture of just some of our trucks that we have on campus that you would be trained with or on, and you can see a little bit more about them: tanker, pup or doubles, refrigerated, and that's just a few of the trucks that you would see there on campus. This is a picture of the facilities that you would train on. It is 90,000 square feet paved training grounds, the modern classroom there that you see with a full audio and video. We have a break room for students so that you can pack your lunch, refrigerator and microwave that you can use for your convenience. And we are following all protocol with the cleaning, sanitizing, and things like that. So you would be safe to use that. But I tell students to keep in mind, whenever you are taking this class, it is 8 weeks, it is daytime. You probably will not be able to go out to eat every single day. So you probably will be packing lunch some of your time here. The truck drivers at Davidson-Davie Community College have an average of 20 plus years of experience in the industry. These are the instructors that work with you. Just some of the experience that they have are dry van, refrigerated, tanker, doubles, flatbed, heavy equipment hauling, and towing. Graduates of Davidson-Davie Community College truck driver training program are in high demand. There are numerous companies that recruit our students, and some recruit exclusively from here. Some of the companies you will see there: Tyson Foods, Trans Am, USA Truck, Quality Carriers, Hardy Brothers, just several that you could see there that are going to recruit from us. And I tell you, we have a lot of people that call wanting our students, wanting to know when classes are finished. It could be 5 to 6 a week that I deal with, wanting to know when we have classes that are finished, because they want our students. They know that they're taught well, and they want them to work with their company, for their companies. Some companies offer tuition reimbursement, and a lot of these companies will come out and talk to the class via Zoom, or with the pandemic going on, or they will come to the class and they'll let you know more about what they offer as far as tuition reimbursement. Over the road and regional typically do pay better, and there are more positions available, but there is more need for local. So that's not out of the question. I just would not say to get too excited about a local job, where it's 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and you're home every single night, just getting out of the, class. You may have to work towards that, but it definitely is a possibility. It's more than it used to be. There are opportunities for over the road, regional, local, for solo and team driving. And again, when you drive team, you do make more because you can do double the work. A little bit about the class information. The class is a total of 380 hours, and it's broken down, as you can see here. 60 hours approximately in the classroom doing instructional bookwork, things like that, looking at the maps, the atlas, just various things. 25 hours behind the wheel, 75 hours of tractor observation time, where you're watching your student, your peers drive, watching the instructors. 100 hours of backing and driving, and 120 hours of miscellaneous. And this is where, if there's any particular area that you're having trouble in, the instructors can give you extra time and help you. Backing can be an issue, so that they allow time in there for students to get that extra time that they need, so that they will do well when it comes time to test. Again, these are approximate, so it just depends on where you need more help at in that area. We are a third-party testing facility, meaning that when you finish the class, you will test with the instructors on site, and then you will earn your certificate. Once you pass, take it to the DMV to obtain your license. That's another big question, is do you have to test at the DMV? And you do not. You will test on site, where you take the class with the same instructors that you have seen or are familiar with. We are able to administer all aspects of CDL testing. A little bit about the registration, which is where I come into play, and I handle the registration process. There are a few requirements, 4 main requirements. You have to have 2 applications. One is to RDS, or Residency Determination Service. That is for all North Carolina community colleges. That has to be done. You also have to submit an application to Davidson-Davie Community College. Make sure you use your full legal name, any suffixes, junior, senior, etc., on all documentation with truck driver training. Everything is very sensitive and it has to match up, and I check all of that. But you do have to have applications in, and some of those applications, I understand, students do have a little bit of trouble filling out some of those, but there's more than enough help here on campus. We are more than happy to help you. I'm more than happy to help you. Enrollment services will help you if you have any issues filling out the RDS or the application to the campus. Again, a little bit more about the requirements. The RDS, or the residency determination, you will fill out. You can use the same username and password to fill out that as you do the Davidson-Davie Community College application there. Whenever you fill it out, just be sure to enter your term and the year. So spring, summer, fall, and whatever year you're attending, which would be 2021. You have to have a valid DOT medical examination report, or DOT physical is what I normally refer to it with the students, and the certificate that comes with it. A lot of times students will go and they'll just be handed the certificate, but you can request a copy of the DOT long form, which is what I would need as well. I would need to have the certificate and long form to register you for the class. You also have to have a Class A permit without air brake restriction. The permit, a lot of students are like, well, why do I have to have a permit before I take the class? Isn't that what the class is for? No, the class is so that you earn your CDL license. The permit allows you to drive while you're in the trucks earning your license. So I tell students, think of it like when you're getting your permit when you're 15 years old. I tell them just to think of it like that. You have to have that permit to drive in the car with a licensed driver. So, but that's basically what it is. You have to have that before you can register for the class. I will tell you the DMV is extremely booked up, months and months. I've got students can't get an appointment until July or August. So we have to do a little bit of work in there to get the students in. So please go ahead and be working on obtaining the permit as soon as you realize you do want to proceed with registration for this program. To avoid any delay, it would be great if you could study the book that you can pick up at most DMVs. Some of them have stopped giving those out with COVID, but you can find a lot of information online and download it yourself. It is long, but I would recommend studying and intending to pass all 3 sections on the same day. It consists of 3 tests: general knowledge, combination of vehicles, and air brakes. And if you could pass them all, it would keep you from having to go back and possibly not being able to get that second appointment. On the permit, you get 3 attempts, not 2 in the same day, but you do get 3 attempts to pass the permit for $40, and once you pass, it's an additional $20, so a total of $60 for the permit. A little bit about the physical here. They have to be federally approved doctors. So some family physicians do not do federally approved DOT physicals, so you have to ask them when you go. A lot of times walk-in clinics do, and I can also send you a list if it's something that you need of where you can get a physical done in your area. This is an example of what the long form may look like. I have seen them look a little bit different, but basically the DOT long form is going to be 3 to 5 pages, and it's just going to be medical history that you and the provider fill out. I would have to have a copy of that as well as the certificate, which you see here. And you have to, again, use your full legal name as it appears on your driver's license. And the dates have to match, meaning you need to get it all done at one time, not go for half of your physical and try to go back for the rest of it. It needs to match as to when it started and completed. So go with intentions of doing the whole physical in the same day. Another little bit of advice is before you get your permit, I would suggest that you go and obtain your physical. The reason is if you don't, you're going to have a restriction put on your permit that the DMV will have to take off after you get your physical. So to avoid all of those trips to the DMV, it's just best if you go and get your physical first. Sometimes the DMV don't catch it and does not put the restriction on there, but a lot of times they will, and then it's just an extra trip. You have to go back and more money. They do charge you to have it removed. So the CDL permit without air brake restrictions can be obtained at a local DMV. Number one question, where do I get it? That's where you get it, the local DMV. It has to be valid through the end of class whenever you get it. Under 21, I have students that ask straight out of high school, are they available, or even some of them in high school, to take the class? And yes, you have to be 18 to take the permit test. You just cannot drive out of the state of North Carolina until you're over 21. So you would be considered intrastate. The test, again, consists of 3 parts. It's general knowledge, combination vehicles, and air brakes. These are a few endorsements that you can get while you are working on or after you complete your license. You can talk to the instructors about any of these that you may be interested in. There's hazmat, combination trailer, tanker, combination hazmat and tank vehicle, and the passenger does not apply. So those are a few there that you could talk to the instructor and find out how you go about getting those. And we actually are looking at starting to do a few endorsements here on campus. So that is something you could talk to the instructor. You will be sent for a drug test. I will send you for the drug test when you are within 30 days of starting the class. And the way enrollment goes now, a lot of it is done online, where it's pretty much contactless. So it's kind of a rolling enrollment. I'm already registering some for August class. I just cannot send you for a drug test until you are within 30 days of starting the class. So, but you will be sent for a drug test prior to starting the class. A little bit about the tuition and fees. For in-state tuition, it is $1630.92. And then there you can see the out-of-state tuition is a little bit higher than that. So you do have to live in the state of North Carolina to qualify for in-state for 12 months. So the RDS kind of lets us know who would get in-state and who would get out-of-state. But again, your total would be $1630.92. That is your tuition, fees, and books. Your permit and physical has to come out of pocket separate than that. So a physical, you're looking at, I normally send students to get one very close to the campus for about $85. They can go up to $300. Just keep that in mind depending on where you go. And your permit is going to be $60 total once you've complete it and pass it. Unless you go more than the 3 times, and then you have to pay again. The class does not qualify for financial aid, but there are other there's more assistance that you could get. A lot of our students receive help from NC Works, and I can give you information on that. That is usually income-based and employment-based, different things like that. And they have their own set of qualifications for that particular program. So I don't know what those qualifications are. That would be something you would discuss with them. They also have their own testing that you would have to do through them. So again, that is NC Works, and I would give you all the information. I give it to every single student that applies for the program, so they know who to contact, their email, phone number, all of that good stuff. Targeted assistance, you can apply for that. To apply for targeted assistance, you do have to fill out the FAFSA. However, it doesn't qualify for FAFSA. They just pull your information off of that. So if you have questions, we do have a website, and you could visit the website. You just go to the Davidson-Davie Community College homepage, and in the search, just type in truck driver training, and there you can see all of the frequently asked questions, lots of different things there information-wise. Our classes are listed there. Any information that we add there, the Facebook link is there as well. You can also email me at msneed8486@davidsoncccc.edu, and that's going to be changing soon. So if something happens and I don't email you back, it's because of that, because I'm very quick to email. You can call me at 336-249-8186, and my extension is 6337, and I'll be happy to help you any way that I can.